Hello, brethren, saints of Yeshua HaMashiach. God bless you. I briefly want to share with you my prophetic vision on military rule in Nigeria. You see, the Bible says we see in part and we prophesy in part. And the will of God is and will always be superior to the will of man. And like I always share and I hold so dearly, and I believe so greatly that the will of God is actualized through men, regardless of who that man is. The will of God is actualized through men. And I told you that from 2023, there's going to be set in motion the manifestation of the will of God for this country. Are we together? And that's why I told you, don't put your trust in any politician, anybody. Put your trust in God. So this is my prophetic vision about military rule in Nigeria. So I was in the vision and I saw me and my team returning from a meeting in this vision. And then we have been driven with a very small minimalist car, and I was even worried that, okay, this car will not be able to contain every member of my team who traveled with me in this meeting, but somehow, we saw ourselves in a church, another church meeting, and unbeknownst to us, our driver, even though putting on regular clothes, was in the military, and it seems as though it rained, but our loads were, the boot was left open, so water soaked it. So I wasn't happy, and I was telling the driver, but even though he was in the military, he was very, very respectful. And, I now stepped out of the premises. I now looked around me in the spirit, and I saw many military people standing, many military people standing, around, some dressed with normal clothes, but inside their normal clothes were military, clothes. And it was orderly, it was respectful. Then I started hearing alarms go on, go off. I started hearing alarms go off. And then I was told that, okay, it's almost time, for the curfew. So it looks as though there was a set time, and from the spirit I could sense that it was 10 p.m. And like 10 p.m., from 10 p.m., citizens were supposed to be in their houses, So it was this orderly season. There was so much order, and there was so much respect and honor from the military, and it caused a lot of the people to redress themselves and also begin to respect the military too. And then I saw myself in this church building that we branched or diverted to, and then my junior brother was ministering. Then we're playing the drums and we're just ministering, with them. And so I asked, can I travel to Abuja now? And not told me, no, I have to, lodge back or something because, it's past the time and no one will be traveling on the road, at this time. So I work. I said, okay, no problem, So when I got up from that vision, I meditated on it. And you see, the Bible says we see in part, we prophesy, we know in part. One thing you cannot do is to enforce the will of men on God. If you enforce the will of men on God, just as the children of Israel did when they wanted a king like other nations, and they told Samuel, no matter what Saul is going to do, give us Saul. He didn't go too well for them. I told you, I said, this phase Nigeria is entering into, I don't believe in any man, I just believe in God. And since the will of God is divine, and it's by the will of God a nation can enter into bliss, let God work. But like I told you, one major thing that God is going to do is to bring Cyrus. Cyrus will be better towards the end of the year. Cyrus can be a man, a system. Cyrus can be the military. But the Lord told me that the first year of the reign of Cyrus will not be easy. Howbeit, After the first year, the next 3 years will be used to repair the country. And the people will thank God that Cyrus came. So my job as a prophet is to say the things God shows me, whether they are believed or not. I don't care. The prophets of old that prophesied, the people they prophesied to rejected their words. Albeit, it came to pass. In fact, Elijah the prophet prophesied that by this time tomorrow, there would be, restoration to the economy of Israel as of that time, and food would become so cheap because of its availability. And all that. The Bible said the minister for economics, or the minister of finance that was with the king, told Elisha the prophet to his face that even if God opened the window of heaven, this is impossible. For which he received the judgment. I'm not, putting this out there for you to like the prophecy. No. I have an obligation as a prophet to say what God has showed me. I don't believe, in societal programming. Where the society program you to say, oh, military is bad, military is good. No. The Nigeria I saw in the spirit. I don't know when again. But for this vision to come this period, it means it's significant. The Nigeria I saw in the spirit was orderly, was peaceful. And I sensed that it was I sensed that the military had very great influence around that season. So whatever God wants to do, let him do it to his glory. Please, if you can't pray or you don't accept the prophecy, no problem. Don't leave ignorant comment here. Are we together? God is going to strengthen his people, and the time will come by the Spirit of the Lord where the ecclesia is going to anoint kings. God bless you all. Shalom.
So, beloved, I believe we all heard what Prophet Joel Ogebe has to say concerning the situation in Nigeria currently and the things that the Lord is about to do. First of all, he talks about that the military is going to take over in Nigeria, and then he says that Nigerians should be grateful for Cyrus because his first to second year was going to be tough, but the remaining 3 to 2 years that is going to be left will be a year to repair. So this prophecy may come so strange or some certain type of way to some certain kind of people. There is one thing that I want you to know. It's that on this channel we share prophecy to throw light for you to have an insight of what is coming and what is about to happen in our nation, within Africa and the globe at large. So when I hear prophecies like this, I don't want to keep it to myself. I want to come here and share it with you people so that you also pray for our nation Nigeria, our continent Africa, and the world at large. So some people will say that how can military take over? How will military take over? I believe this is like the third prophecy that I've dropped this year when Joel Ogebe is talking about military regime, that everybody will be putting on military uniform in Nigeria, and it is really, really mind-blowing. I know it may seem odd or otherwise for a lot of people, but there's one thing that I want you to be assured is that, see, there is no smoke without fire, and God cannot say something that it will not come to pass. I remember that those protests that is taking place in Nigeria, I have been saying it, I have been sharing it, I've been making announcements on it concerning prophets that have come out, put their life at stake. You think that some prophets don't get attacked? They get attacked by some certain kind of people. Like some people will leave some hateful comments. Like sometimes when I see your comment, it tells me the kind of person that you are. It tells me what you are made up of or how your background is. If you are a Datin Thomas, it's up to you. But don't come and insult any man of God. And one thing with me is that if I see something that doesn't sit well with me, I always voice it out and say that, oh, what this man of God, he or she is actually saying, it doesn't really sit well with me. So let's try our best and to be able to pray for our nation and make sure that we take everything serious. As you all know, protest is happening in Nigeria live, and it is very, very hectic. I know a lot of people feel like, they are not doing it peaceful protest. You need to see how police, soldiers, mobbers are throwing tigers, like shooting tigers to the crowd when you know that they are not doing anything. And in Abuja, they want to confront some protester by putting them in a stadium and lock the door. How will our voices be heard? It's when you see a lot of masses on the street actually protesting, that is when you know that these people are serious. You want to talk about prices of commodity. I hear some celebrity and some that are married to these top politicians in the nation of Nigeria coming out to say all manner of things that they should not protest. Even though they want to protest, they should protest with sense and all. See, if you know what hunger does to you, you'll be shocked. As I'm talking to you, I've not eaten since yesterday. I ate last around 4 p.m. yesterday and I've not eaten anything. That does not mean that I have the money to buy food and I cannot buy. I don't have. For those of you that will say, hey, you have money, why don't you go and buy food? Why will you keep it? I don't have. Even though you even manage to get 5,000 naira, you cannot cook concussion rice. A fish is selling for how much? How much is rice? Is gold though. Gold is cheaper than rice right now if you want to really analyze it and calculate it the way it's supposed to be calculated. So these are things that me, if I see something that will actually benefit the nation or benefit Nigeria, make Nigeria to grow in all area aspects of its existence, I would definitely come out here to add my opinion and voice out what I needed to voice out. And when I came across this video, I just say that it's high time I share it for you to have an insight. If it means that military is going to take over for things to be in place, let them. They have ruled in the past, and I'm not saying that during their tenure back then was kind of 100%, but at least it was a bit better. If you're doing something, they want to come and hijack you, they can come and hijack you. Whether citizens, whether you are in the government or anything, you can be like taken down at any given time. So they don't need to wait for democracy and all these things. But democracy will feel like, okay, it's freedom for the people, because it's not like government of the people, for the people, and by the people. So it's easier for us to coexist and work together, not to feel that one particular set of people or category of people have supreme power over us. But no, when democracy came, it's just a whole ball game on its own. They do what they want to do. They loot money the way they want to do. Do you know that there are some rich people in Nigeria that can actually fund the economic state of Nigeria and make sure that things are in place? But the rich does not want the poor to come up to them and like had the kind of money they have, so they will do everything to put you down. If you're a daughter or a son of nobody that is trying to work your way to the top, before you know, you are dragged down. You have climbed the ladder maybe to 2 steps left for you, before you know, boom. So sometimes these things, we need to look into it. One particular man will own almost all production factory in Nigeria. How does that make sense? And when the government decided to give you the taste of your own medicine, you came out to cry. And within 24 hours, this issue have been resolved. So why is it that we, the masses, are crying for change, for things to be resolved in Nigeria, but those things are not being met at the end of the day? And then you expect us to just keep quiet and sweep everything under the rug. Then imagine you are crying and smiling. And for those that they will pay to come and protest against this protest that is happening, you yourself, you know what they go through. You know what they go through. I saw a video of a man that he was paid to protest against this protest. At the end of the day, he started protesting for the protest, that to buy Gary is like when they tell you to come and say the government are trying their best and all those things. These things doesn't, it tells you that Nigeria itself, citizens are also corrupt, because you cannot blame everything on government. And one thing I need you to know is that governments are also made of human beings. These people can be these politicians talk, and then maybe some of them that have some level of education and qualification, they'll promise you that I'll put you in seat, I'll put you in position. At the end of the day, when they put these people in position, they start doing otherwise. They do what they want to do, they do things the way they want to do it, and then at the end of the day, we are back to square one, which for me, it's very heartbroken and it's very disturbing at the same time. So let's try to look into things and let's try to take things serious. It's not everything that you feel like men of God are just saying it to make themselves feel good, or because this popular. I mean, if you are popular, spiritual father, anything, if you say something that do not sit with me, there is a way I will come and voice out my opinion or say it that what you're saying, it does not correspond to the situation on ground right now. So please, I urge each and every one of us to put all hands on decks and pray for Nigeria, and let's not get tired at the same time. That is just what I want to share with you guys after hearing what Prophet Joel Ogebe has to say. And please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly pause this video, subscribe, comment, like, share with family and friends so that you don't miss out on any of my content. And also don't forget to turn on the post notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you're a returning subscriber, oh my goodness, I want to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you. Thank you for always tuning in, and thank you for always watching my video whenever I upload any new video. So please do wait to share this video to make sure that it gets to a lot of people as fast as possible, because things aren't easy in this country and people are coming out. I heard when people say that they have started busting out shops, they have started looting. No, they are not looting. Protesters are not destroying properties. They are going to government houses to the point that you see that they are even pouring those people hot water that is hot, that is boiling. They'll come and pour it. And one thing you need to know, that the northern part of Nigeria, they're one kind of crazy, hectic people that I've ever come across in my life. If they want to do something, they will do something. If you like, kill hundreds of them, they do not give an F about it, and they will stand for what is right and just. If they believe that that particular thing is right and just, they don't mind giving up their life. Because I've come across a lot of things, a lot of videos concerning the northern Nigeria. These ones that are Boko Haram, you need to see. Don't worry, it's a whole topic for another day. But in northern state like Kano, the way the protest is hot there, if it happens like that in other parts of Nigeria, well, like the government they go mellow down, they go change. Say price of where it go back to 16 naira, 15 naira, 100 naira too much, 80 something naira is too much. How can you come into power barely 2 years and price of where is 1,500, 1,700, almost 2,000 naira for what? Come on. See, these people are treating us like as if we're not human beings, or we don't know our left from our right, or our right from our left anymore. And it is very, very, very bad. And we need to actually give it to them and say, Oga, ma, we are tired. Imagine Tinubu's wife coming to tell us that in Aso Rock, she plants vegetables, and see those things when they barely survive. You go see, say they uproot them from farm, come plant them there. Just the purpose of that particular video, which is crazy. Who are you deceiving? Are we babies or children? Life is not okay for us. We are trying to voice out our opinion, and the federal government cannot even address. One foolish minister, one foolish governor will be there and saying that, hey, if you want to come and protest, come and protest. Now we will be in our house eating food. We are not protesting. As if people in your state are not suffering. So, see, it's just mind-blowing. But if military is actually going to take over and things will be in place, I'm all in. For me, I want the betterment of this country called Nigeria, because I don't have any other country to run to or to go to. I don't have any family member anywhere that will say, okay, let me sell family land. Even my land in my community, in my village, they're worth nothing. They don't even worth up to 50,000 naira. So how can they sell and say they want to sponsor me abroad? So it's very bad and it is crazy. So please, let's do well to make sure that we put things in place for ourselves. And please, I don't want hateful comments. You can pour out your opinion, your heart, but mind your words. If you don't believe anything, please just move to the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one shortly.